let's get back in. Get back to work. All right.
There's a way.
Yes, there is. All right, we're back, everybody. It's a script. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, and so we're back, everybody. It's the SilmFilm script discussion, season 2, episode 6, part 5. Anyway, so doesn't matter. It's all the same. Anyway, so yeah. Important note that I have to bring up. We need to not forget about Elway, as we seem to be hell-bent on doing.
Elway who?
Yeah.
Elway or Alway? Which one were you trying to not forget?
Elway.
Elway. Okay.
Yes. We need to not forget about him because we need to in Act 1.
He finally comes out of the woods today. Yay!
Okay, so this episode will be setting Thingol as king of his realm.
And it's the last time we're going to see him.
Therefore, we don't see him again until partway into season 3. So we want to do one scene where everything happens, or do we want to break that up into pieces over this episode?
I want to remind us about what's going on there in Act 1, and then we can spend a decent amount of time in Act 3 showing him emerging and meeting his guys, and also visiting for the last time with Myron.
It's a good commercial moment.
So one scene for Thingol and an early teaser scene.
Right, exactly. I'm thinking that's pretty much all we can do. There's nothing else to do.
Well, I was just making sure you weren't planning on doing a Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, checking in and doing different parts of Thingol's story, like breaking it up.
Yeah. I mean, there was some talk about having, and here, this is a bit of a problem. There was some talk about having some early mistrust of Melian.
Right.
Which would mean that either we have to go back there again next episode, or we need to do something with it. Because, I mean, you have to admit, it's a little weird that he pops up plus supernatural girl, and everybody's like, oh, she's our queen now. And it's a little...
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
So that's why I would think...
She's magic, it's fine. She just hypnotizes them all into being like, oh, yeah, sure.
No, they're like, oh, she's clearly a Maiar. Well, that's fine.
She has birds that follow her around and sing. She's clearly a princess.
Yeah.
Disney. Like, I wasn't going to say it, but everybody, everyone will love Melian. Why wouldn't they? What's not to love?
Well, I mean, the viewers know she's fine.
Mind warping.
I mean, the
viewers know we can't spend too much time with the doubts and mistrust because the viewers will get bored. They already know she's fine. They're not concerned.
Okay, I have an idea.
I
have an idea.
Aside from the Dark Rider, who, in fairness, is not really a great likeness to, who's not a great likeness to Orme. We haven't to Orme. We haven't really had anybody pretending to be anybody else awesome yet. So
hold on.
At this stage of the narrative, we really don't have any reason to the elves don't have any reason to mistrust a Maiar, right?
Right.
So if they see, it should kind of be it should be referential to the moment when Orme steps out of the woods. Yeah, there are some people who are just terrified, but it seems like most of the elves kind of
got over
they're awestruck rather than terrified, right? And the ones who are overly suspicious say, no, we're not doing that. But pretty much everybody else is like, okay, let's see where this goes.
I have a suggestion to make it.
To take.
I have a suggestion so that we can tie together what we're doing in Angband and this episode and this thing. And so once again, I'm killing two birds with one stone.
You are all about
killing birds.
I
Million.
killed birds today. So what if we show we show the guys searching around now? Many birds died to bring us this episode. We show the guys searching around Nanalmoth early in the episode, and then after the birth scene, okay, we go back to them, and they get attacked by werewolves that we made last episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they drive them off. But one of them is badly hurt. And that's when, or maybe even Melian and Elway show up, and their arrival banishes the werewolves.
Yep.
And Melian helps the injured guy.
Yep.
So now she's fine. She's a good guy.
Boom.
Okay.
Right.
I like that because the viewers aren't going to be like, strange sorceress. We don't trust her. So
right.
think that way. We can't have them think that way for long. So this is
it's
quick
stupid.
That's really good, Nick.
Like, oh, Melian's a cinnamon roll. You can trust her. She's a sweetie. Why are you so suspicious, Elle? Get with it.
Right. So we don't want to
It'll
wait.
give us an actual action scene too, which the last time we had one of those.
In episode 4, we had the Balrogs attack Owen.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go. So it's been
but that was the last time.
So it's been
that was 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was like 1 2-minute scene.
Yeah.
So...
I think we're due for a little bit of action-y. Okay.
Yay. Yeah.
All right. So
all right. Good.
Okay. Bam. Done. All right.
Dealt with middle.
So
back to Feanor and this baby.
Yeah. Okay. So
the important part.
So can Act 2 just be the birth? Like the birth itself?
Yeah, that's the climax.
No, we're gonna have Teleri stuff happening in Act 2.
I think it should be. It should be good, but I.
What kind of Teleri stuff are we talking about? Or
like
because I thought they were arriving. What? Say again. Oh, they have to.
They have to build Aqualande.
Okay. Or at least be building boats or something.
Yeah. We need to get them to Aqualande by the end of the episode.
Because isn't Aqualande on the Valinor side?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, hang on.
I mean,
that's 15 minutes of birth, which is nothing compared to a real birth, but it's forever in TV. Yeah, you're right.
I was going to say that's brutal.
So question, how much of the birth are we going to actually show? Like, are we going to have Muriel screaming in pain? Like,
I think that if we show that intercutting with the visions, I feel like that's going to be very powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
It's at least something different, yeah.
Right, and we can actually give our.
No, we're not going to show all the details, Alex.
Oh no!
Good.
You guys are just
I'd rather not.
We're not doing that.
Okay, just
Fridays.
Okay, so anyway,
it's squeaky.
And we can have like a little talky session in between where somebody's saying that the amount of pain that she's in is unusual.
Yeah, because how painful is elvish birth? Like, what do we?
Yeah, the deal with elves being their spirits being better tied to their bodies than humans, you would suspect that their pain in childbirth is not quite as bad.
Yeah. Kind of what I was.
That's an area I'm not really willing to speculate in. Like,
it is part of the fall, so it strikes me that Tolkien would say that no, it's not quite.
Yeah.
Right, but we're not entirely sure if there was quote unquote fall.
Right.
You know
Well,
I mean?
the other issue is that for humans, the biological reason why human birth is more painful than, say, any other random animal giving birth is that
we're bipedal.
The hip, yeah, we walk upright.
Yep.
And so the hips are designed for walking, not for birthing. And there's consequences to that. I'm just saying, that's why. So
it allows us to walk further and faster than anybody else.
Walking upright issue, their hips are going to have the same problem our hips have.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be painless.
Maybe elven babies are really small.
But sturdy.
The shoulders, they're born with like squinched up shoulders.
Maybe they're just really small. Maybe they're just born really, really small.
No, it's not the worst birth ever, Alex. It's
the worst elven birth ever.
Okay, but
where she doesn't die.
Okay, I guess what I'm saying is there's ways of increasing drama, and one way is more screaming from Muriel, more panic people running around with bloody cloths. I mean, that's a way of doing it. There's blood involved in birth.
Yes, I know.
Quite a bit.
I'm aware.
Okay. Your reaction was like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, because that's a thing.
Hot water, fool! You need hot water.
You can do that, but there's still blood involved. There's still blood. But anyway,
it's kind of be a smart aleck and be like, where did babies come from? And just like have one explain it. Biology teacher.
You don't answer that question, so don't ask it to me. No.
I would think it would be really awesome if somebody during the birthing process goes to Finway and says, "We need some cold water."
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Or hot water, but anyway.
Or hot water.
Why would you?
Where I was going with this is, so one is to emphasize the physical pain and the crisis situation of timing. The other side is to people who are worried about how this is going to turn out, which in this case is Finway.
Yes.
Who's probably not actually thinking that Muriel's going to die right now, but he's very concerned for her well-being and the baby being born okay and everything working out, because that's what dads do during a birth is panic and worry.
And wonder why, oh why, they thought this was such a good idea.
Well, and usually she reminds him of why this was maybe not the best idea.
I've been told I'm not allowed to be there.
I wonder.
In most cultures, the father is outside the room.
They're not allowed to be there?
It's a long story. Anyway.
I wonder, too, if maybe some of the suffering that's going on isn't just like our typical screaming, the TV movie birth scene. It's like a psychological suffering.
Well, that's where I thought the visions during the birth would be important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To illustrate that.
We've kind of danced around, but let me just ask directly: how different do we want the elfish birth to be?
How what?
Different.
Yeah. I mean, there isn't a hospital involved, so that's different.
Right. So is she at home then for the birth? Probably.
I would say so. Yeah. She's the queen. I'm sure that they can have whoever needs to be there.
Come visit her. Yeah. I wouldn't see any reason for her to not be at home. The question is if for some reason they took her to Lorien because they were worried.
Right.
And I don't know.
Selling it a
but at home makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the first, child bearing death we have. I know that giving birth doesn't kill her, but the fact that death and birth are connected is new in this way. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
I wonder how that impacts the story we're going to be showing and the birth scene itself.
Well, I feel like we definitely should see people saying, I've never seen it this bad. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. I think very concerned midwives being like, this is not usual, is important to convey that to the audience, because if she does the screaming, we just think that the director told the actress to scream too much because
yeah,
there's no way you're going to do TV birth and have it be unusual.
Yeah,
because people will just
we're
think
already programmed
Like,
to think birth involves a lot of pain and screaming. We're already told. We already know that the TV watching audience already knows this.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think it might be kind of interesting to then like have the actress just play it like a regular TV birth. And then be like, and then having people responding to it in a very like alarmed and oh my god, this is
Well,
this is intense.
Yeah,
this is not how this is supposed to work.
Yeah, and we can show passage of time to show that it takes an inordinate amount of time.
Yeah, that too. And that way, when she's exhausted right afterwards, it would be a normal consequence of a lengthy delivery.
Right.
So it wouldn't.
Take Feanor,
the audience isn't going to clue in. If that's...
come out?
Say that again.
I'm sorry. What?
For a week.
No, 3 days is pretty much maximum for delivery. At that point, you've already lost the baby.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, but we're dealing with magic and elves here.
I know, but
but that would.
Well, there's no way.
There's
no way that you're going to be able to communicate how long this is going to be. We don't have hours or days to work with here.
Yeah, the trees fade in and out, but it's not quite. So it's tricky that way.
No, I think we could very quickly throw together a 5-second montage that would work with that. But I mean, the actual number of days isn't material. Like, it should take maximum allowable amount of time.
I think it should.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, the point is, I don't care if she's in labor for 5 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours or 36 hours. It's gonna seem long to her, and if someone comments, "Wow, this is an unusually long labor," then and if she's tired afterwards, again, that's going to be a very normal thing for her to be.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right.
Right. She's going to stay
that
3
days of sustained labor. 3 days, 3 Silmarils. It works perfect.
Unfortunately, it will only be in our headcanon.
No, I think we can communicate it.
But I'm not gonna how are you going to... Anyway.
That's a script writing problem. We'll kick the can on that one.
No. There's time. No, Nick. We're in Valinor now. We have
I know that you can measure time, but you're not going to be able to measure 24-hour days.
The trees fade every 12 hours, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it was that specific. Okay.
Yeah.
The trees is very specific, and I always forget it because the mingling of the lights happens twice, and I always forget what time.
Yeah, it's 6 hours apiece.
I wonder if it matters how long she's in labor, because the idea that this whole pregnancy has been weird, that the whole birth has been weird, is really more important.
Finway is not sleeping and waking. I can tell you that right now. There's no way he's going to sleep.
No.
I
mean,
I'll tell you something.
He's waiting outside the door. But he's. But either way, he's not off somewhere else doing his own thing.
If my wife was in labor for that long, I would not sleep at all. And elves don't really need to sleep.
Yeah.
Not like we do.
Yeah.
So
it's not figuring out precisely how to portray it on screen is not really that worrisome to me. I'm sure that we'll be able to figure out something. I just want to. I wanted to say in the outline that we're going to emphasize that it's taking a long damn time.
Okay.
Yes, which is
all right. So
a lengthy, drawn-out labor and delivery.
So we get the birth. Okay. So we need to show in Act 3 and Act 4. What's up?
Okay, this is a side note. You can cut this down right away. But speaking of Macbeth, if the baby's in distress, you do an emergency C-section. Is that going to happen here?
No.
So Feanor was not from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Oh,
I saw that.
What's he supposed to be?
No. That's I just equated. That's Macbeth. Macbeth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's why he can. Because yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
No emergency C-section, please.
Okay. Just checking.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it necessarily. I just don't
move along.
Think we need to
I have no reason to even want that to happen. It just we were talking about how make this birth unusual, and emergency C-section is about as traumatic as you can.
Yeah, I think the only reason I'm
emergency C-section is how that goes.
Yeah.
That's important.
The impression.
I mean, I guess I kind of like.
It would communicate that things had gone very, very wrong if they start cutting her open while she's awake.
I do like the idea that the guy who draws a sword on his brother is like that's his first experience with the outside world is a blade.
Oh gosh, that's really good.
I still C-section is the wrong way to go, but it does.
I don't know anymore.
It thematically works very well.
I get that that's really pretty, but thematically, my give is that kinds of complications due to a C-section, not because
that's true
of some kind of other.
Okay. Yeah, and if we don't really want to emphasize the physical details of the birth, we really don't need to go into all that.
I don't.
It's more just it's taking a long time. It's unusual. She's having some visions. Finway's sitting in the hallway, worried. Like that's all we really need from this.
Okay.
We don't need.
I will.
And that's what I meant with the details with the bloody towels and how many centimeters dilated and all that. Like we're not having those conversations in this. I don't think, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
If anyone says centimeters,
we're discussing a birth scene. Yeah. So, but the point is, let's leave that out.
Okay. All right. Let's take another quick break, real quick. I'll say real quick, another few more times, real quick. So, if you're watching this, you're on YouTube Live. Thanks. If you're not, you should be. Anyway, so this has been the SilmFilm Script Discussion Season 2, Episode 6. Part 5? Yeah. And
real dad.
Part 6? This one has been part 6? Yeah, I'm sure it has. Anyway, so yeah, feel free to like and share the videos if you would like to share them and like them. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe so you can see more of this delightful stuff. We'll see you in a minute.